Everyone, we're going to get started with our lesson for today. And go ahead and pull it up for you. All right, so today we're going to be adding rational numbers. This is coming from NS1, so there is no calculator with this lesson today. So make sure you're not using a calculator. So we're going to get straight into the problems. We know the concept of adding. We know we've been doing that for quite some time. So we're going to go into the problem. So the first thing when we're solving this, I need to look at my two numbers. So I have a -9 and I have a +12. Because I have opposite signs, I need to go and look at this and see which number is bigger when I'm not looking at a sign. So the absolute value of the number. So I can look, if I'm ignoring that negative sign, I can see that 12 is bigger than 9. The sign of 12 is positive, so it is going to be positive. Next thing I'm going to do is, because they are different signs, I'm going to subtract the two. 12 minus 9 is 3, and I'm going to plug that up here to get +3. Go ahead and pause the video, do the one on the right. So same thing for the one on the right here. 13 is bigger than 7. 13 is positive, so we're going to have a positive answer. We'll take the two numbers and find the difference and bring this up to get +6. All right, moving on to this next one. So here there's really no difference. We're just going to do two at a time. So here I have two negatives, so I'm adding two negatives, so my number is just going to get more negative. My answer will still be negative. I'm going to add my numbers together. 5 plus 8 is 13, and then I'm going to bring down this +7. So now this is just like what we did in the other problem. I need to look at the 13 and 7. 13 is bigger. 13 right here is negative, so my answer will be negative. Take my two numbers and find the difference, the bigger number first, and then subtracting it with a smaller number, plugging this in to get -6. So go ahead and pause your video and do the one on the right. All right, so one on the right, we're going to look at these two first. It doesn't really matter which two numbers you pick because we're adding them, but I'm just going to do the first, go from left to right. 4 plus -9, I know my answer is going to be negative because I have more negatives than positive, because 9 is bigger than 4. 9 minus 4 is 5, so we have -5 there plus a -3. So now in this situation, I have two negatives, so my answer is going to get more negative, so my answer is staying negative. 5 plus 3 is 8, because with the same sign, we're going to add the numbers together, and we will get -8 here. Next one, so decimals, but the same rules apply. So I need to look at my numbers. So -2.65 and +8.54, they're different signs. I can see that 8.54 is bigger and it is positive, so my answer will be positive. Then I'm going to take my numbers and subtract them because they are different signs. Since they're different signs, we're going to do this. Remember to line up your decimals. Also, calculators are not allowed here, so we are going to be doing this all by hand to get +5.89. So one on the right, same thing. I can see, go ahead and pause your video, work on that one. So one on the right, I can see that +7.8 is bigger than the 4.24. So 7 is bigger than 4, so now my answer is positive. I'm going to take these and subtract. Now remember, when I'm doing this, my decimals need to be lined up. I'll have to add a 0 there for the place value. Subtracting, and we are left with +3.56 because I identified it was positive in the beginning. All right, moving on. So the temperature on Friday morning is 40.8 degrees. So we're starting at 40.8 degrees. At 2 p.m., a store balloon and drop the temperature. So we are now dropping it. So the temperature is getting smaller. So it's like adding this negative temperature. So now one thing we need to do is we can convert this fraction into a decimal. And I know 1/4 is the same as 0.25. So I really have 40.8 plus that -12.25. So looking at this, I can see that my answer will be negative, will be positive because 40 is bigger than 12. I'm going to go take this and I'll subtract, adding a 0 for place value. And getting 28.55 degrees. So we say 28.55 degrees. Go ahead and pause your video, do the one on the right. I'm going to clear this so I have more room. All right, so starting at -4.2 degrees, the temperature increased by 14.5 degrees. So this is what we're solving here. I know 1/2 is the same as 0.5, so 4.2 plus 14.5. Looking at these numbers, 14.5 is bigger than 4, so our answer will be positive. I'm going to take the 14.5, subtract the 4.2, making sure I'm lining up my decimals. This now becomes 10.3, meaning the temperature change, it was 10.3 at noon, 10.3 degrees at noon. So the last one we have is from a table. So what is the total weight of Sally's rabbit? So Sally over here has 3 rabbits. We're going to add these all up. 2.5 plus 2 1/5 plus 3.45. Since I have 2 decimals here and 1 fraction, I'm going to go make this fraction into a decimal. Remember, top number goes in the box. Add the decimal, bring it up to get 0.2. So 2.5 plus 2.2 plus 3.45. We would just go ahead and add all these up. Make sure you're lining up your decimals. So I'll do it over here, 3.45 plus 2.2 and 2.5, 0, 0. So we're left with 5 here. 4, 9, 11, carry that up. 3, 4, 6, 8. So a total of 8.15. So 8.15. Go ahead and pause your video. You'll do the one on the right. I'm going to go and clear this. So we want the total weight of the chickens here. So we have the 2.35 plus the 2 3/4, which I'm just going to go ahead and put as 2.75 right now because we would make that a decimal, and 1.9. So adding all these up, we have 2.35 plus 2.75 plus 1.9. I'll add the 0 for the place value. 9, 10, 20, 2, 4, 6, and 7. So we have a grand total of 7 pounds. And we are good from there. So work on your independent practice for today. If you have questions, make sure you join our tutorial, and we'll see you also in the live session. If you're using this for a reference, that is a great tool. Have a great rest of your day.